girls, this is Mr. Frank from the OT department. This is the last week of OT videos. This week is on sensory play, and we're going to be exposing you guys to new sensory experiences. Just remember, when doing these activities, safety is very important. You want to make sure that your children should be supervised during sensory play to avoid placing items in their mouth. Other safety precautions are when you're using water, make sure that children should be supervised at all times.
It's Miss Cassie. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a dry sensory box. You can use ingredients such as beans, dry lentils, sand, or other dry ingredients such as pasta. You can hide some of your favorite toys, such as these little bugs. You can hide puzzle pieces and then put them to the puzzle. Or you can hide other objects such as these coins or beads. When playing with your sensory box, you can use tongs to pick up the little creatures or toys. Use cups to play. Or don't forget the shovel to dig in the sand.
Hi guys, it's Miss Kelly. This week I wanted to show you some fun ways to engage your sensory system using water. The first way is with a classic water bin. You can get right in here with your hands. I also like to add ice and freeze some fun things inside them. If you don't want to touch this with your hands, you can use a squirt bottle to try and get the animals out. Ask your parents if they have a turkey baster in the kitchen. Squeeze to suck up the water, and then you can squeeze it up. You can also use a paintbrush or a measuring cup to scoop. Another way is with water beads. These start out as tiny little beads, and when you add water, they turn into these big ones. You can get right in here with your hands, put some fun toys inside, and again, if you don't want to use your hands, you can find a scoop, a measuring cup, or just a regular cup. There's lots.
So setting up for shaving cream play, depending on your surface, you may want to put down a tablecloth or use a tray, but on a counter or even in the bathroom. This is a fun thing for your children to do in the bathroom. You can just put it right on the surface and then just let them play. And you can let them make circles using two hands. Helps with bilateral coordination. We can smooth it out and make a writing surface and practice our pre-writing lines. Or we can practice our shapes. And if your child is a little older and ready, they can even practice their letters. Always supervise so they don't put it in their mouth or they don't touch their face or maybe touch their eyes. Safety first. And then just let them play. This can be very calming for some children, so they may want to sit and play for a while. If your child doesn't really like the way it feels and doesn't want to touch it, you can use a few other items to help them with that. This is just a kitchen brush, and they can kind of smooth things out for themselves. Then you can get a smaller brush and even use the other end and work on those pre-writing lines again, or some shapes. If you're using a counter, sometimes it's fun just to spread it out on the counter just a thin little bit. And then they can take their cars and make their own little roads. They're still playing, and if they accidentally touch it, then you have your paper towels ready, or they just learn that it's okay. To make it a little more challenging, maybe they have to dig into the shaving cream, even clean off the pieces using two hands together to put a puzzle together. They could help you clean up their toys, get some of that shaving cream off, or they could even go digging for some beads to string them.
Hi, it's Ms. Lindsay. I'm going to show you guys how to make some of the sensory recipes. The kitchen is a great place to make your sensory recipes because they can get kind of messy. Let's make some oobleck. You're going to need cornstarch, water, food coloring, a measuring cup, a bowl, and something to mix with. Oobleck is a cool recipe because sometimes it feels like a liquid and sometimes it feels like a solid. Now we're gonna make scented dough. You're gonna need a bowl, Jell-O, water, cornstarch, a measuring cup, a tablespoon, and something to stir with. Your finished product should be a little bit more wet than Play-Doh, but you should still be able to pick it up. You might want to add the water slowly and mix until you get the right consistency. Now we're going to make fake snow. You need a box of baking soda, a can of shaving cream, and something to mix it in. Here's the finished product. It feels kind of wet, but kind of dry at the same time.